Hello friends, and welcome to the final Vlogmas video. It's actually technically well into 2023 when I'm filming this. I had originally filmed this I think in the last week of December, but then I got sick, then baby Tam got sick, then my husband got sick. So basically the last week of December and the first week of January, we've just all been kind of sick, and I was just not in the mood for editing anything or anything like that. And then by the time I was feeling better, I didn't want to use the footage that I had originally filmed. When I filmed it, I was already kind of starting to not feel great, and I decided that I was just gonna scrap that footage and just refilm a video here. I'm gonna try and do this kind of quickly. Baby Tam it's pretty early in the morning. I don't even know if it's 7:30 yet. Baby Tam is actually still asleep in his bed, so I've got my baby monitor, but I may have to jump up and run grab him. But let's just talk quickly about Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, my birthday, all of that. Like I said, I didn't really film any sort of complete vlog for any of those days, just because I really wanted to try and be as present as possible and enjoy hanging out and spending time with my family, or with Micah and then with Micah's family. And yeah, so my birthday we got a winter storm the night before my birthday and into my birthday. So we got snow on my birthday, which was amazing. So we didn't go anywhere. I think that it was in the single digits, or it may even have gotten down to in the negatives Fahrenheit. I think that was on my birthday. Like the morning of my birthday, we woke up and it was like -4 outside or something, which I have never seen anywhere that I have lived in my entire life. It has never gotten that cold. So we did not go anywhere. We just stayed home, nice and cozy, and it was lovely. Mike and I just kind of hung out and we watched the baby, and the first thing I did that morning was put the snaps into my nutcracker skirt that I had made so that I could wear it that day as my birthday skirt. So that was like the first thing that I did that morning, is get those snaps put into that skirt. And the skirt fits beautifully. It was so much fun to wear that. I paired it with my green Gale sweater that I knit. I finished knitting it just about a year ago now, January of 2022, and it was just a really, really fun outfit. The one thing that I would change if I was knitting that sweater again is I would have made it quite a bit longer, because I finished it when I was still pretty early pregnant and it fit amazingly. It was so perfect. But since I am now postpartum and with breastfeeding and whatnot, my bust size has increased and whatnot, I could have done with it being a few inches longer. Oh, he's awake. I gotta go get him. I'll be right back. Poor little squishy baby. Anyway, what I was saying is that talking about my sweater. So if I were to remake it, I would have knit it a few inches longer in the body, but I am curious to see if it's going to end up being just fine once I'm done breastfeeding and my body just kind of readjusts and everything. We'll see, but I still really love that sweater. It's one of my favorite things that I have ever knit. So that was what I did first thing in the morning, and then we played. Let's get some hairs on it. I am telling you, postpartum hair loss. Got hair everywhere. It's okay. There you go. It's okay. We played Calico, the board game, which is so much fun. It's like a puzzle game, and if you haven't heard of it, I recommend checking out. My husband really likes the Shut Up and Sit Down videos on YouTube, and they have a review for Calico, and they kind of talk through the gameplay. I'm not going to go into it because it gets kind of complicated to try and explain it. But we played that, and I love it so much. It's such a fun game to play. Sometimes it can be a little challenging with little me in here because it takes, it's not even that much setup. It's more setup than just sitting down and going, basically. There you go. Usually when he first wakes up, it is the cutest thing. He'll like poke his head up by the bassinet and just like turn over and look at me, because where it is, his bassinet's right next to my side of the bed, and he'll just like peekaboo, and I'll say, "Hey baby," and he just starts smiling. It's the cutest thing. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Yeah, so we did that, and then I dragged Mike outside to take a couple of pictures of me in my birthday outfit, my me-made birthday outfit. Hi! In the cold snow. We like to make jokes about the fact that he's an Instagram husband. Which, to be fair, he doesn't really have to take hardly any pictures of me. I usually take them myself with a tripod. That's my water bottle. So we did that, and then that evening, I'm trying to think if I missed anything out. If I did, you'll see little video clips here. But that evening, then we watched the animated Taylor of Gloucester. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I say it so confidently, and I think it so confidently, and then as soon as I like say it out loud, it sounds wrong. But the Beatrix Potter story, there is a lovely animated version called Peter Rabbit and Friends, that it was a series of the Beatrix Potter stories that were animated, and I think it was in the 90s. They're excellent. I absolutely love them. They're such a wonderful reproduction of Beatrix Potter's stories. They're amazing. I have watched them so many times. But we watched that particular one because it's right at Christmas time. And we have realized that the 2 times that we have tried to watch movies since baby Tam was born, he basically screamed the entire time, so it was not very restful. And the nice thing about the Taylor of Gloucester is that it's 20-30 minutes maybe, and so there was a higher likelihood of him being fine, and he was fine for most of it. So that was my birthday, and then Christmas Eve, we originally were planning to go to the Christmas Eve service at our church, but, hey, because of the weather, the church service on Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day was canceled, just for the road conditions and whatnot. So Christmas Eve, we actually ended up, we went over to Micah's parents' house and just kind of hung out with them for a bit, and we played Calico, and just kind of chit-chatted and hung out with them for a few hours, and then just came back home and had a really calm, relaxing evening. I don't remember if I even really got any footage at all on Christmas Eve, because we really didn't do that much. We just kind of hung out. I gave Micah his pair of socks, and he really liked them, so he was able to wear them Christmas Day. So that was a lot of fun. I definitely want to try and make that a tradition of giving him a pair of Christmas Eve socks every year. I think that would be really nice. And then once this little stinker gets older, and if we're able to have some siblings for him, it would be a really fun tradition to start doing Christmas Eve socks for all of the peoples. So that was Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day, we got up. That was something that I did do on Christmas Eve. I had to put together the casserole that I was making for Christmas Day, and I can't remember if I did a couple other cooking things or not. I know that Christmas morning, Mike and I, we opened our presents to each other, and then I had to make Rice Krispie treats first thing that morning because we wanted to make them really fresh. Because for Christmas Day I made a casserole, I made Muddy Buddies, which if you're not familiar with it, it's corn Chex cereal that is covered in peanut butter chocolate and powdered sugar. It's amazing, it's so good. And I did it with dark chocolate this year, which was perfect because a lot of times you do it with semi-sweet chocolate and then you have all the powdered sugar on it and it's so sweet. But this year I did dark chocolate and it worked so much better. This is his little blanket suit. Anyway, so I did that, and then you know that I'm trying to remember what else I did. I think it ended up just being the casserole, Muddy Buddies, Rice Krispie treats, and then I did I got some juice to make like a punch. So it was just like cranberry juice, white grape juice, and then some club soda. My mom does a much fancier version of punch, which tastes so much better, but I was feeling very nostalgic and I wanted to kind of make just some simple fruit punch because my mom makes it every year for Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve. I think she does it for Christmas Day and then New Year's. Hey, don't eat me. So we did that, and then we went over to Micah's parents' house pretty early, and we just kind of hung out for a while. We played some card games, and then once the babies were cooperative, because we've got baby Tam, and then I mentioned this before, but a couple months before baby Tam was born, Micah's brother and his wife, they had their baby, their first baby. So we've got two little grandbabies for Micah's parents, and so once they were in good enough moods, it's really funny because they seem to be pretty off as far as their napping times. One of them will be napping while the other one's awake, and then the minute that one wakes up, the other one starts going down for a nap, which is, it's kind of funny. We opened up all the Christmas presents, which was really lovely. I got some really fun things. I think I'm going to save talking about, I got some books about crocheting, and I think I'm going to save that to share on my podcast episode that I'm hoping to film maybe today. I might try and end up filming like 3 videos today. I'm not sure. But yeah, I got some lovely presents, and it was just a really relaxing day. We played some card games. My sister-in-law, she had recently learned how to play this new game, and it was a super chill, super simple, fun game, and so we played several rounds of that, and yeah, we just kind of ate and hung out, and it was really nice. I was talking with Micah, I can't remember if it was on my birthday or maybe a few days before then, but I was talking with him how I felt kind of bad that I wasn't feeling particularly festive this past holiday season. And I told him I knew it was because I've been so sleep deprived and I was just tired, and I feel like I haven't really been able to decorate as much as I wanted to. And unfortunately with this place, we live in a townhouse, and it has worked out absolutely perfectly for us. But the one downside is it's not the best place for decorating, and because we're renting it, we don't really want to do too much. Like all of our pictures and things that are back here, these are all up there with command strips because we want to try as much as we can to not damage the walls. But it makes it kind of difficult for decorating. And so I was telling him, I was just like, I don't feel particularly festive this year. And sometimes he comes out with these with such incredibly wise advice, and it's so nice. But basically he told me, he was just like, don't stress about whether or not you're feeling a certain way. That's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. Don't worry about it too much. Instead, just think about it as, this is a good Christmas. This is a good Christmas. And he's so right. Yeah? Baby Tam has recently started finding his voice, so he's gotten very squeaky and excited about things. Anyway, and Micah was so right. I needed to stop thinking about whether or not I was feeling a certain way, whether I was feeling festive or whatever, and just enjoy the really lovely Christmas that we had. And it was a very nice Christmas. It was very calm and chill, and yeah, maybe it didn't have all of the different little things that I really wanted to do as far as like festive treats or festive traditions or whatever, but it was a good Christmas, and it was, yeah, it was cozy and lovely, and the nice thing is that there's always next year, you know? So, and I think the other part of it too was that I had made a mistake of starting my Christmas gifts much too late, and so I did feel kind of stressed about trying to get them done. So this year I am planning to follow Anna from Anna Knitters, her advice, and try and plan out any sort of Christmas gift knitting or whatever way in advance. Because I already know that I would like to make Micah several pairs of socks for his birthday, and I also know I would like to make him a pair of socks for Christmas Eve. So I know that, you know, probably by June I need to start working on those. So that's kind of my game plan, is that this year I would really like to try and get ahead of myself. And then the other thing that I was kind of bummed about is that I really wanted to make some more Christmas decorations, and it just didn't happen. I was too busy with trying to just get the 2 handmade Christmas presents that I was working on done. So that's another thing that I'm planning to do this year, is try and work on making Christmas decorations throughout the year, so that come Christmas time I'll have a bunch of Christmas decorations. But yeah, overall it was just a lovely birthday, a lovely Christmas Eve, a lovely Christmas Day. It was just so nice. Yeah. So, we're going to go ahead and end this here. Thank you all so very much for all of your support and comments and liking and watching and everything for Vlogmas this year. I really enjoyed it. It was a decent amount of work, but it was a lot of fun, and I really liked doing it, and it's made me want to try and do more vlog type videos, which I'll talk about that a bit more. I'm planning to have a few changes come into my channel, which I've mentioned. I meant to do a podcast episode at the end of December and talk about it, but it just didn't happen. So I'm hoping to do a podcast episode here at the beginning of January, and then going forward, I want to try, I want to try and do monthly podcasts kind of at the end of every month. To kind of talk about what I've done in the past month, and then what I'm kind of looking forward to, hoping and planning for the month ahead. Yeah? But anyway, back to what I was saying. Thank you so much for watching my Vlogmas this year, and yeah, I'm already looking forward to doing it next year, providing everything goes well and I'm not feeling, you know, morning sick or something, if I'm pregnant again. But yeah, that's all I got. So thank you. Thank you very much, and I will see you very soon, I hope, on the next one.